Oatley Vigmond Personal Injury Lawyers is the title sponsor for Underestimated. Joining me today is Karen Vigmond. Welcome, Karen.
Hi, Tori.
So what drew you to practice in this area?
So I've been practicing in personal injury for 10 years now. And what's kept me going for 10 years, I think, is helping our clients navigate this really complex system. It can be overwhelming, it can be frustrating, it can be unfair at times. And seeing them through that process and being that support for them is really rewarding.
What would be an example of the complexity that people are navigating after an injury like a spinal cord injury?
Yeah, that's a good question. So if you've been involved in a motor vehicle collision, there's sort of two systems that you'll be introduced to and involved in around the same time. So one is the accident benefits regime, and that's how you access benefits through your own insurance company. And then there's the litigation, which is when you sue the at-fault party. Now, the accident benefits regime is very paper heavy. There's a lot of deadlines. There's a multitude of benefits that you could, and level of benefits that you could be entitled to. And then if your benefits are denied, there's a certain system through which you have to fight for those denials. It's called the License Appeal Tribunal. And then the litigation, similarly, lots of forms and documents that have to be filed and served. There's time frames on those, lots of deadlines throughout the litigation. And it's a very specialized area of law, so it's more than just all of the documents and worrying about that. You need to make sure someone has extensive knowledge of the area to make sure they can maximize your recovery. And on top of that, both systems are governed by various pieces of legislation, and they also are intertwined and interact with one another. So all that being said, it's really quite complicated and very difficult for somebody who doesn't have experienced legal counsel to make their way through that system.
That sounds complicated. So what kind of supports are in place into the future, and what's your advice for people that are facing this situation?
Right, so we hear it a lot, but I think first you have to say something. So if you need support, you need to reach out. And that can be any type of support. People need a variety of support. It doesn't come from one person, it doesn't come from one place. So say something and find an advocate for yourself, and maybe more than one advocate, because you might not have the energy to fight for the benefits or the support or the rehab that you need. So find those people, whether it's family, friends, peer support, legal counsel, who are going to fight that fight for you if you don't have the energy to do that.
Thank you, Karen. Thanks for joining us today.